What's up, guys? Welcome to Mr. 6 in the Morning. I'm here today to show you what a good research presentation should look like. So we're going to go ahead and dive right in, and you can clock me. It's going to be less than 5 minutes. All right, so in 2009, Ed O'Bannon, a former member of the UCLA basketball team, sued the NCAA along with EA Sports for profiting off of his name, image, and likeness for his inclusion into the NCAA video game as a basketball player. Now, this led to several court decisions. In fact, a U.S. District Judge, Claudia Wilken, wrote in her 2014 ruling in the Ed O'Bannon versus NCAA antitrust lawsuit case that the association's current rules demonstrate even today the NCAA does not necessarily adhere to a single definition of amateurism, according to a publication by the Aspen Institute. So, my position is that college athletes should in fact not be paid for their name, image, and likeness due to the fact that they are compensated through an educational scholarship. And there are several reasons why I believe this is the case. The first one is that same Aspen Institute article, because we see that NCAA athletes are called student athletes. In the Aspen Institute article, the amateur term is rooted in legal calculations. Walter Byers, the NCAA's first executive director, created student athlete, the term itself, in the 1950s to help the NCAA fight against workman compensation's insurance claims for injured football players. And that means that they are first and foremost students, that the purpose that they are in college for is to get an education. Now, if they choose to transfer universities or they choose not to complete their degree, then that responsibility is on them, especially in basketball and football when many players, especially high-profile players, do not finish their degree plan, in which case they don't receive the full value of their education. Now, I understand where they are coming from because, according to the New York Times opinion piece published in 2019, we see the problems that arise from these particular, change my text here, source. We see the problems that arise from these particular programs going in the direction of paying college athletes. So in August of 2015, after the NCAA began allowing Division I universities to adopt cost of attendance stipends, North Dakota State University announced it would offer these stipends in 16 sports, resulting in $600,000 of additional expenses. And what happened after that? Well, they ended up cutting 5 athletic teams over the next 2 years because they could not afford to pay the athletes. Also, in a CNBC article published in 2019, Michael Drake, chairman of the Board of Governors and president of Ohio State University, said, "We must embrace change to provide the best possible experience for college athletes." Now, he's talking about paying the college athletes, and particularly because Ohio State is such a high-profile university, they don't have the same financial problems that North Dakota or South Dakota State universities in the other article have to deal with. So they are exemplifying the difference between a big school with a lot of money and a small school who's going to have to end up cutting programs and athletes. So, in conclusion, I again stand by my decision that college athletes should not be paid because it would run into the problem of big schools being able to pay more, small schools would not be able to attract the talent, and it would ruin, in fact, the collegiate athletic experience. However, I do think that we will begin seeing more college athletes being paid for their performances, but I do believe that this is not beneficial for college athletics on the whole. Thank you. Okay, so that took me about 4.5 minutes. Didn't take a long time. Just had my sources, had my introduction, had my conclusion and my prediction there at the end. So I hope that you guys are able to use this video as an example moving forward. Just make sure that if you're going to use Streamlabs OBS, that your text is in fact correct. So you have your intro, and you have your position, then you have your sources, and you finish up with your conclusion. All right, guys, thanks for tuning in to Mr. 6 in the Morning, and I hope this video helps you out.